Hello and welcome back to Darshan channel. Today in this video we are going to solve the question paper of formal logic, which is the latest question paper 2024, GE philosophy 3rd semester. So the duration for the exam is 3 hours and it is out of 90 marks. So let's start with the questions itself. So जो आपके पहले questions है, those are based on the theory part. So the first question is you have to explain the difference between truth and validity. Second question is deductive argument and inductive argument. So you have to choose one. Either you can attempt the first or the second question. So I've already made videos on this topic, so आप वो videos check कर सकते हो. So next question, what do you mean by the distribution of term? Discuss with example. So again I'll share the link of the videos so you can watch it there. So यहाँ पे next question है, every preposition is a sentence but every sentence is not a preposition. So basically what you have to do is you have to explain the difference between what preposition is and what sentences are. So यहाँ पे basic difference होगा. Discuss the traditional square of a position with example. Next day, what difficulties does logician face when they try to rescue traditional logic of a position? Discuss in context of the existential import. So this is question from the existential import. So I have already made videos on such topics and I'm going to share it in the box. Now next question से आपका मेन क्वेश्चन स्टार्ट हो रहा है. सो जहाँ पे आप सॉल्व करते हो. सो फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज अज्यूम all successful executives are intelligent people to be true, then what can be affirmed about the truth or falsehood of the following proposition? So this question is out of 5 marks. So first आपको attempt कैसे करना है? So while writing the solution, first as it is you have to write the first part. All successful executives are intelligent people. So as it is आपको लिखना है and this is already given true. To be true, given true. Simply you have to write. Now जो आपका question है, the question is no successful executives are intelligent people. So again if you'll notice this is a preposition and then I have moved on to a different question altogether. No successful executive are intelligent people. So this is a preposition and this one is e preposition. Now if you remember the traditional square of a position, so ए अगर आपका ए प्रपोजिशन ट्रू होता है तो ई फॉल्स हो जाता है. सो नो सक्सेसफुल एग्जीक्यूटिव आर इंटेलिजेंट पीपल विल बी फॉल्स एंड बाय कॉन्ट्ररी रिलेशन. सो ए का गिवन ट्रू पता है, सो कैन वी कैन फाइंड द सोल्यूशन ऑफ ई एज वेल. वी कैन फाइंड द ट्रुथ या फॉल्सिटी of the e part. मतलब no successful executives are intelligent people. So ये आपका false हो जाएगा because it is contrary. Now moving to the next one, we have some successful executives are intelligent people. So again if you'll see here, this is an I preposition. So if a preposition is true, I preposition will obviously be true. So again this is because of the sub alternation. So a और I and e and o में आपका sub alternation का relation रहता है. नेक्स्ट आपका क्वेश्चन है सम सक्सेसफुल एग्जीक्यूटिव्स आर नॉट इंटेलिजेंट पीपल, मीनिंग दैट दिस इज एन ओ प्रपोजिशन. नाउ इन केस ऑफ ओ प्रपोजिशन, सो अगेन इट विल बी फॉल्स. सो ए ट्रू है तो ओ का वैल्यू आपको फॉल्स हो जाएगा बिकॉज इट इज़ कॉन्ट्राडिक्टरी. नाउ टू सॉल्व दिस क्वेश्चन यू शुड बी क्लियर विद what traditional square of oppositions are. Only then you will be able to solve it. Now moving to the next one, आपका question आता है conversion of version में. So state the converse and conversion and aversion of one of the following. So let's start with the first question. First question is all soldiers are patriots. Now again यहाँ पे what you have to do is, so this is the given question. So this is the given question. All soldiers are patriots. Now again you have to do conversion, aversion and contraposition. तीनों करना है आपको यहाँ पे. Now तीनों करने के लिए पहला I have started with conversion. So conversion में आपका subject and predicate का place change हो जाता है. ठीक है, फिर सी subject and predicate का place is changed, but यहाँ पे इफ़ यू रिमेंबर ए प्रपोजिशन आपका आई प्रपोजिशन बनता है बाय लिमिटेशन. सो अगेन दिस इज़ बाय लिमिटेशन. ए प्रपोजिशन आपका आई प्रपोजिशन होता है. नाउ इफ़ यू मूव टू द नेक्स्ट पार्ट, नेक्स्ट आपका अवर्जन है. नाउ इन केस ऑफ अवर्जन बेसिकली व्हाट यू हैव टू डू इज़ आपका ऑल है मीनिंग इट इज़ अफर्मेटिव इन नेचर, एंड यहाँ पे नो आपका नेगेटिव बन रहा है. सो ऑल सोल्जर्स आर पेट्रोइड्स आपका चेंज होके नो, एंड देन द सब्जेक्ट एंड प्रेडिकेट का प्लेस सेम है बट प्रेडिकेट के साथ आपका नॉन लगेगा. सो अगेन दिस इज इम्पॉर्टेंट. फर्स्ट वन कन्वर्जन, सेकेंड इज अवर्जन, एंड द लास्ट one is contraposition. Now in case of contraposition, all and then again the subject and predicate का place change होगा but at the same time दोनों में non लगेगा. Moving to the next one, what we have to do is we have to simply find the contraposition of the following prepositions. Now if you'll see the question, all scholars are graduates. Now again this is an a preposition, so again आपका subject and predicate का place change हो जाएगा in case of contraposition, and at the same time non भी use होगा. So all non graduates are non scholars. Next जो third question है उसमें what you have to do is rewrite each of the following syllogism in standard form and identify its mood and figure. So in total we know we have 4 modes. So वो 4 modes आपका फोर फिगर्स आपका काफ़ी इम्पॉर्टेंट है. सो फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन आपका क्वेश्चन ही गलत है, सो यू डोंट हैव टू सॉल्व. लेट्स मूव टू द figures. So in total we have 4 figures and I've given in very easy trick to memorize it. So if you have not watched the videos, so you can simply do this and then this. So ऐसे आपको याद करना है. So you don't have to memorize MPSM and all those things. So you simply have to memorize this diagram. Now यहाँ पे आपका middle term का position. So M is here, M is here. So the position of middle term. So M is here, M is here. And then in case of the third figure we have it as the subject, and then the last one we have it as this. This is a question which I have also solved in my videos also. So let's just see. All proteins are organic compounds. Now again यहाँ पे it's very important to identify the conclusion and the predicate, and at the same time you have to identify the major and minor premises as well. Let's see the first question. So first question where we know hence is a conclusion indicators, therefore all enzymes are protein. All enzymes are protein. It is all enzymes are protein is the conclusion. And then moving to the next, we know जो आपका प्रोटीन वाला जो पार्ट है that is the predicate, and जो enzyme है that is the subject, and then we have to look for the major premise, minor premise based on the subject and predicate of the conclusion. तो predicate यहाँ है proteins, तो यहाँ पे आपका proteins आ गया. All proteins are organic, ये आपका major हो गया. All enzymes are organic compounds, ये आपका all enzymes are organic minor हो गया, and this is the conclusion. Now again a preposition, a preposition, a preposition, so a and कौन सा figure है. Now figure के लिए what you have to do is you have to identify the position of the middle term. So in this particular case organic compound is the middle term. Now middle term के लिए I have given you the trick. So this is the trick, and now we know that ये आपका predicate term में आता है. So दोनों आपका middle term predicate में है, that means it is second preposition. Similarly next question में भी therefore आपका है, so that means some scientists are philosophers, some scientists are philosopher is the conclusion. Now at the same time you know philosopher predicate है, तो philosopher यहाँ पे है, तो ये आपका major premise हो जाएगा और ये आपका minor premise हो जाएगा. So this is it. Now some philosophers are mathematicians, all scientists are mathematicians, some scientists are philosophers. So this is how we can write the mode and the figure. Now again the problem will arise. Let's suppose अगर आप यहाँ पे major minor में गलत कर देते हो, so again यहाँ पे mood भी आपका सही नहीं होगा, और आपका फिगर भी सही नहीं होगा. सो यू हैव टू आइडेंटिफाई एंड यू हैव टू राइट द मेजर पहले एंड द माइनर प्रमाइज. एंड ये आप कैसे जज करोगे? बिकॉज दिस इज़ द प्रेडिकेट टर्म, और प्रेडिकेट टर्म किस भी प्रपोजिशन किस भी प्रमाइज में होगा that will become the major, and then the followed by subject किस में होगा of any two of the following syllogistic form using Venn diagram. Now let's see the first question. So first question आपका A E E first. This is the only thing which is given. Now कैसे लिखोगे? So A है तो आपका A preposition, E है तो E no वाला आ जाएगा, and then E preposition. So all M is P. Now you have to know the position of the middle term, and first figure में you know that middle term आपका diagonally है. So all M is P, no S is M, and then no S is P. So this is the conclusion. Now based on it you can draw two Venn diagrams, या एक भी बना सकते हो, it's up to you, but it's better अगर दो बना के आपको शो कर दे. So first one is for the premise and second one is for the conclusion. So let's start first with the premise. All M is P. So आपका यहाँ पे given है all M. So M वाला पार्ट पूरा आपका यहाँ पे शेड हो गया. M is P. Similarly no S is M. So S यहाँ पे है और M यहाँ पे है. So ये बीच वाला पार्ट आपका शेड हो जाएगा. And then the last one is no SSP. No SSP लिख लिए आपका ये वाला पूरा पार्ट शेड हो जाएगा. So now again if you will see the difference premise and conclusion में, this part is shaded, but if you will see this particular part, ये आपका यहाँ पे shaded नहीं है. So these two diagrams are not symmetry, it's not the same. So if you see the above diagram shows that the conclusion is not covered by the premise. So यहाँ पे this part is not covered basically, therefore the syllogistic form is invalid. या जो भी आपका given argument या form है that is invalid in nature. Now AA2 में भी again if you'll see all and then again you know second figure. Second में यहाँ पे आपका होता है middle term, and you know major आपका हमेशा P पहले आएगा followed by S, and the conclusion is all S is P. So if you'll see the diagram here also P and M. Now यहाँ पे P and M के बारे में बात कर रहा है. So all P, तो ये P वाला पूरा पार्ट आपका शेड हो जाएगा. नेक्स्ट इज ऑल S is M, तो S वाला पार्ट शेड हो जाएगा. एंड द कंक्लूजन इज ऑल S is P. सो ऑल S is P में ये पूरा पार्ट आपका शेड हो रहा है. एंड देन अगेन यू कैन सी दैट जितना प्रमाइसेस है conclusion it's different, and at the same time this particular part is not covered. So the diagram above shows that the conclusion is not covered by the premise, therefore the syllogistic form is invalid. Now so this is it I guess. And then test the validity of validity. So we were solving this particular question, we are done with this, and let's move to the last one. Now again we have third figure, so we have the middle term का position. P हमेशा पहले S, then some S's, not P आपका आ जाएगा because O preposition given है. So again if you see the Venn diagram, दोनों केस में it's totally different. So again this will be invalid. So Venn diagram, I hope it's clear with everyone. Now next is test the validity, invalidity of any two of the following syllogistic using the rules. So again यहाँ पे rules आपका clear होना चाहिए. So I'll share the video for rules also and name the fallacy which is broken. Now if you'll see the first case A first, so again this is valid. ये हमेशा आपका valid रहेगा. And in case of first figure we have four valid forms. AAA1, EAE, and then AII, EIO. So these are four valid forms. So जब भी आपका AAA only in case of first figure will be valid. And then this is also known as Barbara. And next EAI का Celerant, and Dairy and Ferio. So again there's an easy way to memorize the name also, because the names are also very important. So if you will see AAE, तो vowels आपका यूज़ हुआ है. So इस particular case में आपका vowels अगर आप देखते हो तो पहला A है, and then second one is A, and the third one is also A. EAE में भी again EAE, and then AII, EIO. So if you see the word, then you'll be able to at least write the mood. Similarly, next ये question अभी हो गया. Next question is also valid. Valid third figure में हमेशा आपका valid रहता है. This one also, and this is known as dismiss. So again, now there are some valid forms which you can also memorize with the names. With the names are also important. Now third आपका जो है that is invalid. Let's see how it is invalid and rule आपका कौन सा break होता है. So let's start first the first rule, that there should be exactly three terms: subject, predicate, and the middle term. So we have three, so this rule is fine. Now let's move to rule number 2. Rule number 2 में आपका जो m है middle term should be distributed once. So again it is distributed here. So you should know what distribution means and all. So all m is s. So again distributed है. Now let's see the rule number 3. So जो आपका term distributed है conclusion में, it should also be distributed in the premise. So if you'll see sum m is p, so यहाँ पे आपका I preposition है. So I preposition में कोई भी term distributed नहीं है. So ये आपका third break कर रहा है. So यहाँ पे आपका कौन सा आएगा? So illicit major. Illicit major आपका आ जाएगा. So the fallacy, name of the fallacy is the fallacy of illicit major. Why major? Because it is in the major premise. Now let's move to the next one. Translate any 5 of the following into standard form, categorical proposition. So let's start with the first question. Only brave people who have won the gallantry awards. Only brave people have won the gallantry awards. So in this particular case, जब भी आपका only आता है, that will be changed into a preposition first and foremost, and subject and predicate का place आपका थोड़ा change हो जाता है. So this is something which you have to keep in mind. So यहाँ पे brave people will become the predicate and won the gallantry award will be the subject. So ये कैसे आप लिखोगे? All those who have won the gallantry awards, have not written all, यहाँ पे arrow कर रखा है, won the gallantry awards are brave people. So this is how you will write. Next one is all and not जब भी साथ आता है, that will be changed into O preposition. All that glitter is not gold. So some things that glitter is not gold. Round figures are not square things. So again this is something applies everywhere. So this one will be E preposition. No round figures are square figures. Every meaning the each and every one. So all students have its day. Yeah, all students have its day. Next आपका है not every meaning that some, and not है that means आपका O preposition में change हो जाएगा. Some applicants are not qualified. An elephant is a vegetarian element. So again in this particular case we are talking about all the animals, like all the elephants, because all elephants are vegetarian. So all elephants are vegetarian animal. So all human beings are not educated. So all and not साथ में है तो आपका O preposition change हो जाएगा. Next, some flowers are beautiful. So again this is in the standard form, flowers beautiful, but again you know that जो आपका subject and predicate term है that should be noun. So beautiful things आपका आ जाएगा. Next आपका question है symbolize any 3 of the following statements. Moving with the first one, if it is raining and cities are filled with water, then the citizens cannot be healthy. And the terms are R, S and H already given. So आपका R and के लिए आप dot use करते हो, S, and then if you know if then के लिए आप horseshoe use करते हो, horseshoe H. Next one is one can only succeed if and only if one is sincere and hardworking. Now you know that one can only succeed is if and only if, meaning try bar, and then hard, sincere and hardworking के लिए O N H आप में dot आ जाएगा because end आपका बीच में. Next आपका है either और में हमेशा आप यूज़ करते हो which. So यहाँ पे आपका मोबाइल फ़ोन्स के लिए M, and then forget useful material के लिए U, again end है तो dot, and then we suffer with certain health issues के लिए H. Unless the government continuously check the quality of the edible products and monitor adulterated edible products, the corrupt cannot be banned. So again in this case, there unless होता है तो आपका veg use होगा. And then if you'll see M, so M is for check the edible, unless the government continuously check the quality of the edible products, and है तो डॉट मॉनिटर के लिए M रख दिया है इन्होंने, तो M, एंड देन द करप्ट कैन नॉट बी बैन के लिए आपने C, कैन नॉट है तो इसलिए नेगेशन यूज़ हुआ है. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज अगेन वेरी सिंपल. इट इज़ नॉट द केस, मीनिंग नेगेशन बाहर आ रहा है आपका. नाइदर जॉन वोन नॉर मार्क वोन. सो अगेन नाइदर नॉन में केस में आपका हमेशा नेगेशन ऑफ जे विच एम आपका आता है. बट अगेन देयर इज वन मोर नेगेशन विच इज नॉट द केस. So this is how you can solve it, and then you can also write it in this form: negation J dot negation M also. So both the answers are correct. In case of the B question, symbolize any two of the following argument forms. So let's see the first question. First question आपका given है carbonated water is not healthy. So we'll take this one as P. And Pepsi and Cola are carbonated water. So Pepsi के लिए let's take Q, and Coca-Cola के लिए let's take R. And therefore I don't like both Pepsi. So Pepsi के लिए we have already taken Q, and Coca-Cola के लिए R. So आप इसका symbolization कैसे करोगे? So carbonated water is not healthy. So this is your first premise, negation of P. Pepsi and Cola are carbonated water, meaning that Pepsi is carbonated water and Cola is also carbonated water. So you'll simply write P dot P and then dot R. So this is your second premise, and let's move on to the last one. Therefore I do not like both Pepsi and Cola. So it is negation of Q. Pepsi के लिए we have already taken Q, and Cola के लिए R. So it will be dot R, negation R, negation Q dot negation R. Now in the second question we have just one premise and one conclusion. If Seema or Geeta wins, then both Anna and Avi loses. Now again in case of this, Seema के लिए P, Geeta के लिए Q, and then we have if then, इसलिए आपका horseshoe, आना के लिए आर, एंड अवी के लिए आपका एस यूज़ किया है. एंड द कंक्लूजन इज देयरफॉर आना के लिए आपने आर पहले से ही लिया था, सो इट विल बी आना, सिंपली आर. Now moving to the next part, we have paper is an agriculture product. So this one is taken as the preposition. Trees are cut in large number to make paper. So this is taken as Q. And the conclusion here is if we use recycled paper, so again this is altogether new, तो इसीलिए हमने R लिया है. Then trees would not be cut in large number. Trees are cut in large number. So इसी का आपका negation हो जाएगा. So R horseshoe negation of Q. So this is the third question. So again now important thing यहाँ पे है, this symbolize any two of the following in argument form. So argument form में you always have to use the PQR method to determine the logical status, tautology, contingent and self-contradictory. So again this is very important. So this follows for the statement forms. ये आपके statements true या false हो सकते हैं, but जो आपका argument है that should be valid or invalid. Now in this particular case tautology में it should be true, contingent में true or false, and then self-contradictory में false आपका आता है. चलिए let's try to solve the first question. First question is the statement P horseshoe Q dot Q horseshoe R try bar P wedge Q. So in this particular case we have to find the final value. Main operator आपका यही है, यहाँ पे आपका final value क्या आता है. So what you have to do is basically follow 2 raised to power n. यहाँ पे 2 raised to power P, Q and R है, so 3 है, that means 8 आपका आ जाएगा. So we have to write 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and then 8. So similarly 4 times up true, 4 times false. 2 का half जैसे 8 का half is 4, तो 4 times true, 4 times आपका false आ जाएगा. एंड देन सिमिलरली आप रिड्यूस करते जाते हो हाफ हाफ में, एंड देन उसके बाद बेसिकली इट्स वेरी इजी. सो व्हाट यू हैव टू डू इज़ यू हैव टू राइट दिस फॉर्म p horseshoe q dot q horseshoe r and then try bar p wedge q, and then again you have to find the values. जैसे first है true 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 false is false false, and then again true 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 true. So in this particular case you have to थोड़ा सा be careful about the values, because otherwise आपको पूरा आंसर ही गलत हो सकता है. जैसे Q एंड R में है T T T F and then again T T T and then F and then again T and T. So this is correct, right? So उससे आपका डॉट का वैल्यू आ जाता है दोनों, T false 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 T false T. So ऐसे आपको वैल्यूज़ निकालना है. एंड सिमिलरली P वेज Q का आप वैल्यूज़ दिखाते हो तो लास्ट में आपका फॉल्स आता है और बाकी आपका ट्रू आ रहा है. नाउ फाइनल वैल्यू के लिए यू हैव टू टेक दिस वैल्यू एंड दिस वैल्यू. सो यू विल सी दैट ट्राइब्रार में दोनों आपका कंजंक्स ट्रू है, ट्रू 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 फॉल्स ट्रू फॉल्स फॉल्स ट्रू 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 एंड देन फॉल्स फॉल्स एंड फॉल्स आपका आ रहा है. सो इट इज़ कंटिंजेंट इन सेंस यहाँ पे ट्रू भी है, यहाँ पे फॉल्स भी है. नाउ लेट्स अज्यूम अगर यहाँ पे आपका पूरा ट्रू होता सो आपका टोटोलॉजी हो जाता, एंड अगर पूरा फॉल्स होता तो वो आपका सेल्फ कॉन्ट्राडिक्टरी हो जाता. नाउ नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन में आपको क्या करना है, यूज ट्रूथ टेबल मेथड टू डिटरमाइन द वैलिडिटी इनवैलिडिटी of the following argument forms. So you have to find the validity of the argument. So I've solved one question. Question number 1 आपका solve किया है. So आपका question है P wedge Q, P premise 1, premise 2 and the conclusion. Now in this particular case you have written P and then Q and negation Q also, because we need the negation of Q. So इसलिए मैंने negation use किया. Second premise आपका negation P है, P wedge Q is the again the second premise, and then the last one is the conclusion. Now let's see if you'll see negation, यहाँ पे false false आ रहा है, wedge में P wedge Q. So P and Q आपको लेना है तो आपका मिल जाता है true true is true, बाकी last में false false is false. So this should be clear with everyone. जैसे P dot P Q में दोनों conjuncts true है तो true, दोनों फॉल्स है तो फॉल्स, डिसजंक्ट एंटीसीडेंट ट्रू कॉन्सिक्वेंट फॉल्स है तो फॉल्स. सो दिस 3 इज़ वेरी वेरी इम्पॉर्टेंट. सो नेगेशन पी के लिए ऑब्वियसली पी का ऑपोजिट, सो दिस इज़ ऑल्सो करेक्ट. पी वेज क्यू के लिए इज़ ऑल्सो करेक्ट. नाउ इन दिस पर्टिकुलर केस पी हॉर्सशू नेगेशन क्यू, पी हॉर्सशू नेगेशन क्यू आपका यहाँ पे मैंने लिखा. सो ट्रू फॉल्स फॉल्स आ गया, ट्रू 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 फॉल्स फॉल्स ट्रू 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 फॉल्स ट्रू फॉल्स सॉरी ट्रू. एंड देन उसके बाद नेगेशन पी के साथ लेना है. सो नेगेशन पी यहाँ है फॉल्स फॉल्स ट्रू फॉल्स ट्रू 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 ट्रू. सो यहाँ पे आपका फाइनल कंक्लूजन का आंसर मिल गया है. सो दिस इज़ प्रमाइस 1 आई गेस. हाँ दिस इज़ प्रमाइस ट्रू. नाउ व्हाट यू हैव टू फाइंड इज जहाँ पे प्रमाइसेस आपके ट्रू हो और कंक्लूजन फॉल्स, प्रमाइसेस आर ट्रू एंड कंक्लूजन फॉल्स, वो आपका इनवैलिड हो जाएगा. सो लेट्स सी द कंक्लूजन में सारा ट्रू है सो इनवैलिड हो ही नहीं सकता, तो ये आपका वैलिड आर्ग्यूमेंट. सो यू हैव टू राइट प्रॉपर स्टेटमेंट द अबव गिवन आर्ग्यूमेंट इज वैलिड बिकॉज देयर आर नो प्रमाइसेस which are true and the conclusion false. Similarly you have to solve the other question. Now moving to the next question, number 7, shorter truth table method. In case of shorter truth table method, I've already done that. So what you have to do is again assume the premises as true and conclusion is false. Now यहाँ पे you will find that if this is false, so again negation पे false आ गया because this is the main operand. So this has to be true. So this has to be your first step. I'm just writing first as in you have to write this true true and false. This will be your second step and this will be true only in one condition, जब दोनों आपके conjuncts. So this is third and third. And now you have the value. P का value is true. P का value is true here. And then Q negation Q is true. तो यहाँ पे आपका false हो जाएगा, यहाँ पे भी false. Now यहाँ पे we'll see true false is not true, it is false. So यहाँ contradictory है, that means it is valid in nature.